Hi, my name is Speicher, and today I'm going to be talking about if the amount of padding in a glove has an effect on the amount of force that is exerted onto your hands. To start off, what got me interested in this, I've always noticed when I have a more worn out glove, it felt like more force was going into my hand rather than if I had a newer glove with better padding. I wanted to see if you added a certain amount of padding, then you wouldn't feel the ball hitting your hand as hard. My claim was, as you add more padding to your glove, the amount of force shown on the scale will decrease because the padding allows the ball to distribute its force before it reaches the plate. The materials that I used in this experiment were neoprene, which is mouse pads, which is the material that a softball glove is made out of. I also used a force plate and a softball. For my procedure, I dropped a ball at a consistent height of 90 centimeters. The reason why I chose 90 centimeters was because I had pools set up and it measured out to be exactly 90 centimeters. Then I would drop the softball, it would hit the force plate and record the amount of force that was applied. Then I would add a layer of padding and do the same thing over and over again. This is my setup. And this is a side view. And then those were the pools that I was talking about earlier. And here is a video of me dropping the ball. This is what the Logger Pro looked like when I dropped the ball with no padding. This is what it looked like with one layer of padding, which is also 2 millimeters. This is 2 pads, 3, 4, 5. And the reason why there are 4 different lines on this graph is because it would hit the stitching part of the ball instead of the flat part, so I kept dropping it until it hit the flat part of the softball. This is 6 pads, 7, 8. As you can see here, it does the same thing. I kept dropping it until it hit the flat part of the ball. 9 pads, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 pads, and 20 pads, which was the maximum amount of padding that I had layered up, and it was 40 millimeters in thickness. This is my chart that I used to record all of my data. I set it up in 3 columns, the first being the amount of padding that was on the force plate, the second being the thickness of padding stacked up, and the third being the highest amount of force reached in newtons. This is my graph. As you can see, when I added more padding, there was less force that was recorded. The graph is shaped like a staircase, and I think the reasoning behind this is because once you got to a certain thickness of padding, there was a drastic drop in force. As the test went on, the pattern continued, and again, it showed another drop in force. So in conclusion, the data that I collected supported my claim. The more padding that was added, the less force that was exerted onto the plate. Are there any questions?